Welcome to Empower Audio, and I want to thank you for being here. Here we start our audiobook, How to Align Your Everyday Tasks to Be Successful. Success is rarely about giant leaps. It is almost always about the small things, the things we repeat each day, the decisions we make when no one is watching, and the quiet choices that accumulate until they become a life. People often imagine success as a moment, a finish line, a breakthrough. In truth, it is a constellation of tiny aligned actions that add up over time. When your daily tasks point in the direction of your goals, success stops feeling like a distant dream and starts becoming the natural result of your behavior. Alignment is the art of choosing what matters and then making sure that your actions reflect what matters. It is the practice of bringing your life into harmony with your vision. It is the difference between trying and becoming. You are not here simply to work harder. You are here to work truer, to live with intention, to rise with clarity, and to build a life that feels like it belongs to you. To align your daily tasks with your goals, you begin with a question that seems simple but is often avoided. What do you really want? Not what you think you should want, not what others expect of you, what you actually want. This is the foundation of alignment, because without clarity, daily tasks become noise. You stay busy but not purposeful. You become productive but not fulfilled. So you slow down. You breathe. You tell the truth to yourself. You allow yourself to want what you want without judging it. Because clarity gives direction, and direction gives power. Once you have a vision, you can align everything in your day around it. This is where transformation begins. Your life is shaped by your defaults. The way you wake up, the way you handle stress, the actions you take without thinking. These automatic patterns are powerful because they run beneath the surface of your awareness. When you learn to observe them, you gain the ability to shape them. And when you shape them, you shape your future. Success is a practice. It is the consistent alignment of your attention, your energy, and your effort toward what matters most. This means every day becomes an opportunity to lean in, refine, adjust, and step closer to the life you want. The more you align your tasks with your intentions, the more momentum you build. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces in human behavior. Once you start moving with direction, you become difficult to stop. This audiobook is an invitation to turn your daily life into your greatest tool for success. Not by adding more tasks, but by choosing the right ones. Not by forcing yourself into burnout, but by creating alignment that naturally pulls you forward. You deserve a life that reflects your dreams. You deserve to feel proud of how you spend your time. You deserve to build a future that feels nourishing and powerful. And the way you do that is through the choices you make each day. Imagine waking up each morning with a sense of direction. You know what matters today. You know what needs your attention and what can wait. You feel focused and grounded rather than scattered. You no longer rush through your day trying to keep up with your life. Instead, you move through it with intention. This is what happens when your everyday tasks are aligned with your goals. You stop reacting and start creating. The first step in alignment is awareness. You bring attention to your current reality. How do you spend your time? What consumes your energy? What tasks fill your day? What distractions pull you away? Many people avoid this step because it reveals uncomfortable truths. It exposes habits that drain your progress. But this awareness is your power, because once you see clearly, you can change. Take a moment to imagine your current day from morning to evening, the flow of your tasks, the things you do automatically. Notice what supports your goals and what distracts you from them. Many people discover that they spend their days reacting to life instead of shaping life. Their time is spent responding to messages, putting out fires, giving away their attention to the urgent instead of the important. Alignment invites you to reverse that, to take ownership of your time and to honor yourself with intention. Time is one of your greatest resources, and how you use it determines how successful you become. But time is not enough. You also need energy. And energy is shaped by the way you care for yourself. If you are exhausted, overwhelmed, or stressed, alignment becomes difficult. This is why self-care is not a luxury. It is a strategy. A nourished mind makes clearer decisions. A rested body takes more aligned action. A regulated nervous system allows you to achieve what once felt impossible. Success is not built from hustle alone. Success is built from clarity, alignment, consistency, and emotional regulation. When your internal world is steady, your external world becomes easier to shape. This means your daily tasks need to include practices that support your well-being. Even the most productive person cannot achieve much without taking care of themselves. Rest is part of your success. Nourishment is part of your success. Boundaries are part of your success. Alignment begins by bridging the gap between who you are today and the person you want to become. You do this by bringing your future self into the present. Imagine the version of you who has already achieved your goals. How do they think? How do they move? How do they structure their day? What choices do they make? Your job now is to begin acting like that version of you today, not someday. Because the future you want is built by the present you are shaping right now. One aligned task can shift your entire life. One step taken with intention can open doors that felt closed. One moment of clarity can redirect your path. You do not need to transform everything at once. You only need to begin. Every small aligned action is a vote for the life you want. And the more votes you cast, the more your identity shifts. You become someone who follows through. Someone who honors their vision. Someone who is moving closer to success with every choice. The next step is simplification. Many struggle not because they are doing too little, but because they are doing too much. Their attention is divided. Their tasks are scattered. Their priorities are unclear. Allègement requiert pruning. You remove what is not essential, so you can give your best energy to what is. You choose quality over quantity. You choose intention over activity. You choose depth over distraction. Ask yourself this question every morning. What is the one task that would make today a success if I completed it? Not 10 tasks. Not a list that overwhelms you. One task that moves you closer to your goal. This is your aligned task for the day. Write it down. Protect it. Prioritize it. And complete it before anything else. This single habit, practiced daily, can change the direction of your life. When you choose one aligned task each day, you create a consistent pattern of progress. Even small steps add up quickly. And as you begin to trust yourself with these daily commitments, your confidence grows. This confidence becomes fuel. It becomes evidence that you can become the person you want to be. You are not waiting for motivation. You are creating it. The truth is, success is less about discipline and more about alignment. When your tasks reflect your values and your goals, you naturally feel pulled toward them. You do not have to force yourself. Instead, you feel guided. You are living in integrity with your desires. This is one of the most powerful emotional experiences you can cultivate. When you are aligned, procrastination fades. Overwhelm decreases. Confusion clears. Because everything you do has meaning. You are no longer lost in tasks. You are choosing tasks that build the life you want. You become focused, grounded, and empowered. A powerful way to align your daily tasks is by using the method of intention setting. Each morning, set an intention for how you want to feel and who you want to be throughout the day. Your intention becomes your compass. It influences your decisions. It shapes your attitude. It grounds your choices. Instead of being pulled in 1,000 directions, you return to your intention again and again. Intentions shift your nervous system. They shift your focus. And when your mind is focused, your actions follow. This is why athletes, leaders, and successful people across every industry use intention setting daily. It is the anchor that holds your attention to what matters. Another approach to aligned living is the practice of the daily review. At the end of each day, reflect on 3 questions. What aligned action did I take today? What pulled me away from my goals? What can I adjust tomorrow to move closer to success? This simple reflection creates awareness, and awareness creates change. Over time, you begin to see patterns. You begin to understand yourself more deeply. And with this understanding, you can refine your habits, your schedule, and your choices. Success is built from self-understanding. The more you know your tendencies, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your distractions, the easier it becomes to build a life aligned with your goals. This self-awareness becomes your compass. It helps you make aligned choices each day with confidence and clarity. Alignment is also shaped by your environment. Your surroundings influence your behavior more than you realize. When your environment supports your goals become easier to reach. When your environment is filled with clutter, distractions, or chaos, success becomes more difficult. This is why intentional design matters. Create a space that supports your success, a space that inspires you, a space that reflects the person you are becoming. You do not need a perfect environment. You just need one that supports your intentions. Even small changes can make a difference. Organize your workspace. Remove visual noise. Keep the tools you need close. Create a rhythm in your day where your environment signals your brain that it is time to focus. Another key to aligning your daily tasks is to schedule time for your priorities rather than hoping they happen. Successful people do not rely on motivation. They rely on structure. They create systems that ensure their goals are consistently nurtured. Your daily schedule is a form of self-respect. It tells your future what matters today. When you intentionally choose where your time goes, your future becomes intentional too. Many people say they want more success, but they keep their days filled with tasks that do not lead them there. Alignment requires honesty. You cannot build a life you want if you keep living in a pattern that works against it. So you learn to say no. You learn to protect your energy. You learn to choose wisely. Every yes needs to be aligned with the direction you want to go. Boundaries are a form of alignment. When you protect your time, you protect your future. When you honor your capacity, you honor your vision. When you hold limits with compassion, you create space for what matters. Your boundaries are not walls. They are filters. They allow you to live more intentionally. And intentional living is aligned living. Another foundational part of alignment is learning to work with your natural rhythms. Your energy fluctuates throughout the day. Some people are focused in the morning. Others find their clarity in the evening. When you align your most important tasks with your highest energy, your productivity naturally increases. You complete more with less effort. You move through your day with flow rather than force. Success does not require you to become someone you are not. It requires you to understand who you are, to work with your strengths, to honor your wiring, to design your daily tasks in a way that supports your natural patterns. When you do this, success becomes easier to maintain because it fits the way you naturally operate. As you continue to align your tasks with your goals, you begin to experience something powerful. You begin to shift from effort to identity. You no longer think of success as something you achieve. You think of it as something you embody. You become the kind of person who completes aligned tasks each day. You become the kind of person who honors your vision. You become the kind of person who knows where they are going. This shift is everything. Once your identity aligns with your goals, your behavior follows effortlessly. You no longer have to fight yourself. You no longer have to rely on willpower. Your actions become natural and instinctive. Because you are no longer working against your identity, you are working from it. This is the secret behind people who seem effortlessly successful. They built their identity, they aligned their actions, and their consistency shaped their results. Alignment also means letting go of perfection. Perfection blocks success. It creates pressure. It creates fear. It convinces you that if you cannot do something perfectly, then you should not do it at all. But success is built from imperfect action, messy action, courageous action. You do not need perfect days. You need aligned days. Days where you move forward even if it is only an inch. Days where you take action even if you are unsure. Days where you honor your goals even in small ways. Progress is better than perfection. Consistency is better than intensity. Alignment is better than exhaustion. This is the foundation of successful people. They focus on the direction, not the speed. They focus on the alignment, not the appearance. They focus on becoming, not impressing. Your daily tasks should reflect your values. If connection is important to you, your daily life should include connection. If creativity is important, make space for creativity. If financial success is important, allocate time for financial growth. Too many people say they value something but spend no time nurturing it. Alignment invites you to close that gap. You cannot build a successful life while living in contradiction. Your values and your actions must match. Your priorities and your behavior must align. When they do, you feel powerful. You feel grounded. You feel clear. And clarity is magnetic. It creates momentum. It attracts opportunities. It strengthens your confidence. Another way to align your daily tasks with your goals is through the practice of micro-commitments. These are small actions that require little effort but build enormous momentum over time. Reading one page, sending one email, meditating for 2 minutes, drinking water before coffee, stretching for 3 breaths. These micro-commitments rewire your brain. They signal to yourself that you can be trusted. And self-trust is the foundation of success. When you keep promises to yourself, you build identity. When you protect your goals with small, consistent actions, you make success inevitable, even on difficult days, even during stressful seasons, even when you feel off track. Micro-commitments keep you connected to your vision. One of the greatest obstacles to alignment is distraction. We live in a world designed to steal your attention. Every ding and every notification pulls you away from your focus. You cannot align your daily tasks without protecting your attention. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Set phone-free focus blocks. Keep your environment clear. Be mindful of what you consume. Your attention is your power. Whatever you give it to grows. If you give your attention to your goals each day, your goals grow. If you give your attention to distractions, distractions grow. This is the truth of alignment. Energy follows attention, and success follows energy. As you continue aligning your tasks, you will encounter resistance. This is normal. Resistance is not a sign that you are doing something wrong. It is a sign that you are expanding. Your mind and body resist what feels unfamiliar. But unfamiliar is not dangerous. It is simply new, and new is required for growth. You breathe through the resistance. You remind yourself that you chose this goal. You remind yourself that discomfort is a doorway to change. And you continue with your aligned task even if it feels uncomfortable. Over time, discomfort fades. The new becomes normal, and the aligned behavior becomes your default. Emotional resilience is a major part of successful alignment. Life will not always flow smoothly. Some days will feel heavy. Some days will challenge your patience. Some days will bring setbacks. Alignment does not mean that everything works perfectly. Alignment means that even when life is messy, you stay connected to your intention. You adjust. You adapt. You return to your direction. You do not abandon yourself. Your success is built on thousands of moments where you chose to stay aligned even when it was difficult. These moments shape your strength. They shape your confidence. They shape your future. Another powerful way to align your daily tasks is to create anchors throughout your day. These anchors remind your mind and body of your goals. Morning anchors, midday anchors, evening anchors, a deep breath before you open your laptop, a glass of water before you start work, a moment of gratitude before you go to bed. Anchors are simple but powerful. They keep you rooted in your intention. They prevent you from drifting into autopilot. They make your success intentional. Success is not a mystery. It is a result. And the result comes from the tiny, consistent choices you make every day. When your choices align with your goals, success becomes predictable. You do not have to hope for it. You build it. You earn it. You embody it. You may notice that some tasks in your life currently work against your goals. Maybe you stay up too late. Maybe you overcommit. Maybe you avoid important tasks. Maybe you delay difficult conversations. Alignment asks you to be honest about these patterns. Not to judge them, but to understand them. Each misaligned habit has a purpose. It tries to protect you. It tries to keep you safe. But safety is not always supportive. Sometimes the habits that once kept you safe now keep you stuck. You can thank your old habits and release them. You can choose behaviors that serve your future. You can choose alignment over avoidance. Over time, this shift becomes easier. The more aligned actions you take, the less you need your old habits. Another key to aligned living is the practice of choosing the path of least resistance that still moves you forward. Success does not need to be hard. Many people believe that struggle is a sign of progress, but often it is a sign of misalignment. When you choose tasks that naturally fit your strengths, your success becomes smoother. You experience flow. You experience ease. You experience expansion. Ease is not laziness. Ease is alignment. When your actions match your strengths, your work feels lighter. And when your work feels lighter, you can do more with less effort. This is one of the most sustainable paths to success. You are not here to push yourself into exhaustion. You are here to guide yourself into alignment. You are here to choose what is true, what is purposeful, what is supportive, and what is intentional. You deserve success that is nourishing. You deserve progress that feels empowering. As you align your daily tasks, you begin to experience something beautiful. You begin to trust yourself. You begin to rely on your own consistency. You begin to feel proud of your behavior. This self-trust becomes a source of strength that no one can take away from you. Self-trust grows each time you follow through on an aligned task, even small ones. Send that email, drink that water, finish that assignment, write for 5 minutes, make that call, move your body for 10 minutes. Each aligned action becomes a promise kept, and each promise kept becomes a building block in your identity. Your identity is shaped by your behavior, not by your intentions alone. And when your behavior aligns with your vision, you step into your future self more fully. Daily alignment is the bridge between dreaming and becoming, between wanting and creating, between imagining your life and living it. You also learn to celebrate aligned actions, not just outcomes. Outcomes take time, but aligned actions happen every day. Celebrate each one. Acknowledge your effort. Appreciate your progress. Your brain needs this feedback. It strengthens the neural pathways that support your new habits. Celebration is not indulgence. It is reinforcement. Too many people wait for the results before they celebrate. Aligned people celebrate the steps. They understand that each aligned action is a success in itself. And when you treat your actions as success, your motivation grows. You feel more momentum. You feel more confidence. You feel more inspired to continue. Success is a result of thousands of small wins, and each small win is created by aligning your tasks with your goals. Another powerful tool is the practice of vision priming. Each morning, spend 1 minute visualizing the life you are building. See your future self. Feel their confidence. Feel their clarity. Feel their joy. When you begin your day with this vision, your mind becomes primed to notice opportunities, choose aligned tasks, and stay focused. Vision priming strengthens your belief in your future, and belief is the fuel of aligned action. When you believe in your vision, you act differently. You act with faith. You act with courage. You act with intention. Your daily tasks become infused with purpose because you feel connected to the bigger story of your life. As you walk this path of alignment, you also begin to release comparison. Comparison dilutes your focus. It steals your energy. It distracts you from your own alignment. Your daily tasks are designed for your life, your path, your calling. You do not need to match anyone else. You need only honor your own direction. Every minute you spend comparing is a minute you could have spent creating. Alignment asks you to stay in your own lane, honor your own pace, and trust your own timing. When you align your daily tasks, you begin to experience synchronicity. Things fall into place. Opportunities appear. Your intuition becomes stronger. You begin to see connections between your actions and your results. This is not luck. This is alignment. When your inner world matches your outer actions, your life begins to respond. As you continue to build a life of aligned tasks, you should also hold compassion for yourself. You will have days where you feel off. You will have days when you feel tired or discouraged. Alignment is not the absence of struggle. Alignment is the presence of clarity. You know where you are going, even when the day feels messy. You return to your intention. You do the best you can, and then you rest. Rest is part of success. Your mind needs rest to integrate. Your body needs rest to recover. Your emotions need rest to stay steady. When you rest, you recharge your alignment. You return stronger, clearer, and more grounded. You are not meant to live in constant productivity. You are meant to live in consistent alignment, which means honoring your body and honoring your capacity. When you rest, you are not falling behind. You are rebuilding the energy you need to move forward. Your future self will thank you for choosing alignment today. Even if your actions feel small, even if your progress feels slow, your aligned daily tasks are shaping your future. They are creating the foundation for success. Success built through alignment lasts longer. It stays rooted. It feels meaningful. Success built through misalignment burns out. It feels forced. It feels unstable. You are choosing the aligned path, the mindful path, the sustainable path. And with each choice you make, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. Someone who honors their goals. Someone who creates their future. Someone who lives with intention. Someone who practices daily alignment. Someone who succeeds because they choose to succeed each day in small, simple, powerful ways. You are capable of extraordinary things, not because of a single moment, but because of your consistent, aligned actions. When your daily life reflects your vision becomes reality. When your daily tasks support your goals become inevitable. When your behavior matches your intention, your future opens. You do not need to change everything today. You simply need to begin. Choose one aligned task, one aligned action, one aligned moment, and then another, and another. This is how success is built. Quietly, consistently, intentionally. Your daily choices are powerful. They are shaping your identity. They are shaping your future. And when they are aligned, you become unstoppable. This is your time to align your life with your dreams, to choose your goals daily, to honor your vision with your behavior, to build a life that feels purposeful, grounded, and successful. Success is not something you chase. It is something you align with. And you begin right here, with the next aligned task you choose. Your future is waiting, and you are ready to meet it. End of the audiobook. Please leave a comment. Do share and subscribe to Empower Audio.